Hi everyone, welcome to Step by Step SaaS training. I provide trainings on base SaaS, advanced SaaS, and on the clinical SaaS programming concepts mainly for the SDTM and ADAM. And also I provide separate or special SDTM and ADAM IG guideline classes. And also I take the classes from the base SaaS and then followed by advanced, then SDTM and ADAM guidelines, and followed by few data sets and tables listings, figures programming. And also I will take the mock test, like mock interviews for the students who are interested. And also while I am explaining the base and clinical SaaS, for the proc SQL and advanced SaaS, I will try to give the example from the clinical perspective. So I use the variables clinical or SDTM variables so students can be familiarized with that by explaining. So today we are going to discuss and see one of the very important domain called laboratory test results. So as we discussed, or as I discussed earlier, SDTM IG 3.2 has been classified into different sections. So one of the main three classifications are special purpose domain, interventions, and events. And then we have the findings general observation class. In the findings general observation class, we have three, that is events, findings, and findings about. So today we will discuss the laboratory test results, which is part of the findings general observation class. Throughout the classifications in the SDTM IG 3.2, findings general observation class has more domains compared to other sections or other classifications. And in the findings general observation class, usually we can see the like test results or analysis type of analysis. So whoever participate in the clinical study, the drug has to be go for analysis. So the regular analysis, lab related things, information will capture in the laboratory test results. Usually laboratory test results a domain called as a complex domain. And due to several reasons, we will discuss why it is called as a complex domain. After explaining of the variables, I will provide the more details on that. And also, these laboratory test results, uh, along with these laboratory test results, we have pharmacokinetics and pharmacokinetics domain, like domains also present in the findings general observation class. Like we have pharmacokinetic concentration, it is called a PC, and also we have PK parameters, it is called as a PP domains in the findings general observation class. Okay, and usually PK concentration and PK parameters domains will be performed based on the company level, like there will be separate pharmacokinetics and department will present, or in few companies the regular SAS programmers will perform. Ultimately, analysis of the test results irrespective of laboratory or pharmacokinetics parameters analysis required to see the results of a subject who participated in the clinical studies. And coming to the laboratory test results. So if you see the earlier we discussed like special purpose domains, interventions, and events general observation classes. And what we observe is SDTM domains will be with the two letters alphabets, like you can see here LB means laboratory test results. So you can see the definition here, very easy and single statement definition. This domain captures the laboratory data collected on the CRF page or received from the central provider or the vendor. It is very important to know before doing the laboratory test, just we should have the common understanding on how and what information will be captured in the laboratory test results. I can say it is one of the regular complex domain irrespective of study because there are several tests and there might be chance of missing data, might be the missing data of the original results and missing data of the standard results or missing data of the units or some typographical errors in test names, because since this subjects is participate in the clinical study and it will based on the study if it conducts in the different sites and these sites and the subjects has to give the samples for analysis and this sample analysis will be performed at different locations, then one location control another laboratory. So like lot of things we require to know in detail to understand about the laboratory test results, and each and every variable definitely helps to understand more about the laboratory test results. And as we discussed earlier, the topic variable is one of the important variable for the any domain. So in findings domain, the test code is a topic variable. And coming to the laboratory, we is going to use LB in the prefix. Then the topic variable is lab test code. So what is the lab test code? We'll come to that point once we will see the what are the variables we can see here. And we can see that structure of the LB is like this: one record per lab test per time point per visit per subject. So like for example, one subject is going for the analysis on the same day, he might go for the different visits, and even when he go for the single visit, he may give the one sample. Even that sample will go for the different categories, and in the one category there might be chances of different tests. That's why one record per lab test per time point per visit per subject. So you can see the major observations or more observation in the LB domain, and if the laboratory tests are more as per the protocol, you can see more records also. Here important thing is in the SDTM level, study demands to capture the lot of the test, but as a SAS programmer, he has to refer the protocol, and based on the discussion with the manager or lead or statistician, we can capture the required test in the ADAM level. So in the ADAM level, this data set called as a ADLB, it is called laboratory analysis data set. So we will see about the SDTM IG 3.2 laboratory test results now. So as said, if you see the table, the same 7 variables, same like name, label, type, control terminology, and role, nodes, and code. These are the column headings for this any domain discussion or description as per the SDTM IG. One thing here is when you see the specification, instead of the CDISC nodes, you may see as a derivation and also some additional columns present, but basic, the structure of the specification to write a program is almost similar like this. And that is, and also one of the important thing I would like to share and tell, that the interview questions might become more from the LB, because the scenarios will be different based on the study and considerations. So definitely it is very important domain. And the first few variables are very important, that is required variable, study ID, domain, unique subject ID. These are the study. In the study, without these domains we can complete as an incomplete data set for the particular study. Coming to the laboratory sequence number, just we are adding LB to the sequence number, so it is called as LB sequence. So it is a sequence number for particular subject, and based on the date and based on the test we can perform. It is a very easy way to say the sequence number given to particular subject when he starts when he takes the medication and starts giving the sample for analysis, and this is the required variable. Coming to the group ID, so LB group ID, this is called group ID. So to consider few records like related records, to identify few combined or related records, we use LB group ID. If you see the value like 1, 2, 3 on multiple records, there might be some relation between these records. Next is laboratory reference ID. So this is the specimen ID. So this is provided as within a numeric values, sorry, in a character values to for this particular specimen of particular record. This is the permissible variable, and permissible variables may present or not. Even if it present, all the values might be missing also, there is no issue. And always remember, uh, in the SDTM level, most of the variables are character, but we can see numeric variables in the findings general observation class, mainly due to the results, standard results present here. Next one is the sponsor ID. LB sponsor ID means sponsor defined identifier. Usually it is called as another name called with the CRF line number for particulars to select the particular record. Next one is the lab test code. This is the topic variable. So before going to that, we will see what is the LB test. So LB test or examination name. So like when we go to the diagnosis center for the analysis purpose, usually we will give the sample for analysis. We might be give the sample for different purposes, like for example to check the protein, to check the sodium level, to check the chloride levels, or calcium level, or glucose level. So all this is called as a test. So LB test contains these test names. Example here given: alanine aminotransferase or lactate dehydrogenase. So there is a one question: on which basis the test will be decided? Yeah, so it is based on the study requirement, and based on the study discussion groups, the tests are decided for the testing purpose. Next, since we have the LB test as a character variable, we have the related variable is LB test code. Usually we can mention as an abbreviation for particular laboratory test. For example, if LB test name is albumin, the test code will be ALB. And if there is a test called bilirubin and the variable name is called BI, LB test code, we can see value as a BILI. So usually the test is test code, or there is a one-to-one relation, and it is a specific, and one for the same lab test we cannot or we should not expect the different lab test code. If for the particular lab test there is a different lab test codes, definitely it is a data issue. Next is the variable is LB cat. LBCAT is the category of laboratory test. So there might be different categories based on the study requirements. Usually we can see hematology, chemistry, immunology, and urine analysis. And for every category, there is a separate test. And for every test, there is a separate test code. Everything should be unique, and the category contains different tests. Next one is subcategory. So subcategory of the lab test. How would we would like to subcategorize the test? Usually we can see like a coagulation, liver function test, or some viral test, or thyroid function test, or liver chemistry. Like that, we can see the laboratory subcategory values. And you see here, laboratory subcategory is a permissible variables. You may not expect in every study this variable, but you can expect lab category, and lab test is compulsory and required. Next one is laboratory original results, and also followed by we have the laboratory original results units. So once the lab analyze the sample, usually it is called as a original results. Means this is, I can say, this is the reference results. Okay, results or findings in original units. So based on the test, based on the study requirement, always there is a original test, and that test and test results will be converted to standard results. Standard is nothing but it like every center, wherever they do analysis, they will try to convert these results into a one standardized results to maintain the consistency of a particular test. And conversion from the original results to standard results is always important. And we will discuss about the laboratory standard results conversion. And here laboratory original results, since we have the laboratory original results, definitely we will should have laboratory original results units. If particular test original results present but original results units is missing, that is a data issue. And if the original results unit is missing and original results is not present, based on the numeric results, it is escalated as a two data issue. Next one is we have LBOR or NRLO. Try to read very carefully. LBOR NRLO. Here LO means lower limit, NR means normal range, and OR means original, LB means laboratory. Means LBOR NRLO means reference range lower limit on original unit. Remember, this is respective to specific test. For the specific test, what is the normal range result values? So LBOR NRLO is a lower limit, and LBOR NRHI, it is a reference range higher limits. If you are seeing the low one's numeric value in the laboratory domain, the expectation is to see the LBOR NRLO and LBOR NRHI should be present, otherwise it is also a data issue. And you can see these are the expected variables. Next one is laboratory standard results character, and we have laboratory standard results. Okay, if you see here the LBORRES, correct? So this result can be can be can be moved to LBST. Okay, ST. 1 minute. ST. Sorry, ST results. Okay, or ST RESN or LB STRE results character. So what I want to tell is here is LBORRES is a character variable, but LBSTRESN is a numeric variable, and there might be chances that in the LB original results some values might be character. So the character values move to LBSTRESC. That is called laboratory standard results. So if you see here, character results finding in a standard format. So OR means original, ST means standard results. And what are the values we can see for the standard results is like uh, we can see like absent, present, negative, based on the test. If any test demands for the character results, we can see these results here. Next is laboratory standard results normal. So these are the numeric results. Like if the conversion, the laboratory results numeric can be derived from the laboratory original results based on the conversion factor, and it is also one of the interview question. How will you convert the laboratory original results into laboratory standard results? So who will provide is based on the study documents, and if required statistician will provide the conversion factors to convert the results, or it is standardized. It all depends on the company, uh, and conversion from original results to standard results is very important. And if there is any typographical error, the the values may not be converted. And coming to the laboratory standard results units, since we have the standard results numerics, we have the laboratory standard results as a unit. So it is not necessary similar between the original results units and standard results units. Next one we have is LBSTNRO and LBSTNRHI. Means earlier how we discussed reference range lower limits, here reference range lower limits in the standard units, because if the original results units are different to standard results units, definitely there is a change in the lower limit and higher limit per particular test. And all these are expected variables, and these are required to cross check, and if there is an issue, it required for the attention to the team. Next one is LBST NRC reference range for the character results standard units. So there might be how we have the reference range lower limit for the numeric results. We have the uh, for the character results also reference range LBST standard units is this we can see negative to trace or -1 to +1. So this is also character value. And also sorry, we have between that we have lower limit. Yeah, we discussed on this point. Okay, next we will go to the reference range indicators. So we have reference LBNR IND. So for example, in the LB standard results, one value is present as a 10, and for that value we might be having the lower limit as a 5 and higher limit as a 15. So in that case, the indication of that laboratory standard results is normal. Because the range is 5 to 15, the result is 10, then the results is within the normal. That's why the range is or LBNRI IND value is normal. If the result is 25, then it becomes the abnormal or high. And also the values LB, NRI, IND, whether it is low, high, normal, abnormal, it is decided based on the test and based on the study documents, requirements, all these things. But we can expect to see the values like normal, abnormal, high or low. Next one is the status. LB SDAT. This is very important variable, but in some studies contains or some studies may not contain. So it helps to check whether particular test uh, analysis completed or not. So completion status. So used to indicate whether it examination is done or not. Okay, and if it is missing, if it is not done, you can see the value as a not done. And when the laboratory status not done, if the value is populated as a not done, we can see the reason why the test is not performed. As we can see, there might be the equipment broken or sample is missed or subject is refused. And if you see, both are permissible variable. If the laboratory status is not done, then only you can see the reason not done. And coming to the lab name, it is very important that vendor name, like it is also permissible but important, like whether the particular analysis sample is analyzed at a central lab or local lab or at any test center. We can see different values for the LBNAM. It is very important to understand about the to see about the laboratory test results. If something is missing or something is abnormal, we can check this value where it is performed. If this is performed when it compared to the central lab or main center, sometimes we can expect some issue with that results, not necessary, but we can cross check this variable value. So LB LOINC. This is a very standard code. It is given to us to check the what laboratory test results, test codes we will give for the. It is officially there is a LOINC term present. So for particular test, usually it is given to the laboratory test results, and this is also permissible variable. Next one is LBSPEC, specimen type. So for the sample analysis, the samples might be in different conditions, like sample might be serum, plasma, or urine. So what type of the sample subject is giving for the analysis? So by that we can see by using the LB specimen. So what is the condition? So in that information we can see in the LB, SPCC, and D. So this is also permissible variable. So another variable we have LB method. Method for the examination. So it is what type of the method they are using for the particular test for analysis. There might be different tests for every category, hematology, and urine analysis or chemistry or some other category, what type of analysis they are performing, that value we can see here, but it is a permissible variable. LBBLFL flag, it is a baseline flag. So understanding of the baseline, it is very important. like when we discuss about the ADAM data sets, we have the special topic called base, and also we have the baseline flag information also we will discuss. Baseline is nothing but it is the last non-missing value for particular test before the test, last non-missing value. And if for the last non-missing value we can populate as a baseline flag as a yes. Next one is LB fast, fasting status. So if the subject gave the sample in the fasting status or not, we can check based on the LB FAST value. Next one is derived flag. It is also very important and interview question. When this value will be populated is even when the original results is not derived based on the single analysis or from the simple method, and it requires some original some derived ways, uh, then we will see the LBDR VFL is equal to S. And also when the LBDR VFL is populated, the original results is missing and only standard results will be populated. It is very important and interview question. Next one is LB tox. LB tox is toxicity grade of particular laboratory grading. There is some grading present. Usually we will follow uh, uh, NCI CTCA grade. So we have two variables, toxicity and toxicity grade here. And in the toxicity grade, we will mention as a grade 1 and grade 2, grade 3 based on the laboratory test results analysis value or laboratory standard results value. And usually based on the eval value, means in the ADAM level, we will use the eval value, but in the SDTM value, we will use laboratory standard results normal. And this is the permissible variable. Next one is visit number. So if you see here, visit number, visit and visit day. These are like visit number is expected variable and visit day are permissible variable. So these are the visit number of particular subject for during the clinical studies for that particular test. Next one is the visit day. Sorry, yep. This is also planned study day of a particular visit. Usually it is calculated based on the RF SDTC. Next one is LBDTC. It is a date and time of specimen collection when the sample has been collected. And we can see LBENDTC. So when the LBDTC date and time we have, and we have NDT, end day time of specimen collection. We don't have LBSTDTC, we usually LBDTC only present because the sample only one time can be taken. It is not from the starting to ending. Very rare cases that is. And LBDTC is a expected variable and LBENDT is a permissive variable. Study day of specimen collection LBDY. So it is also calculated from the RFSTDTC. Next one is LBTPT, time point variables. So we can see the when is the like planned time point name, time point name for particular test information we can see. So this is predetermined and it is also permissible variable. And also we have followed by planned time point number and planned elapsed time from the time reference. And all these are time point variables we have later, and all these are a reference variable. And also elapsed means if there is any difference between the planned and actual, so that duration we can capture here. And if you see down here some assumption about the laboratory domain, try to understand the text present here, and the one of the few example also provided in the SDTM IG 3.2, we can see the data how that it is presented or populated. You can see the original results present, original results unit present, then this value has been converted to the original normal, sorry, here you can see the laboratory standard results, original LBRNRC, LBRSTNREC, and you can see laboratory standard results normal. So here the example 1 to 12 rows are one set of the variables, and since the variables are more, it has been divided into two parts, and 1 to 2 there are 12 records for few subjects, and since the variables are more, it has is presented in two tables. And if you see here some status not done means sample is not performed because insufficient sample. And also some interesting thing we can see here is laboratory derived flag. When the derived flag is present, for example, this is which record, fourth record, and you can see the original results will be missing because this is derived record. Since original results is missing, LB original results units also missing. Since original results and units are missing, LB original results normal and lower higher ranges also, variable values also missing. So please try to understand the variable values when you read, and if you have any doubt, please let me know. Thank you for attending the session.